right, all right. Here we go, man. Here we go. This is the It's Your Perspective Talk Show. Thursday, October 9th, 2014, man. Here we are.
Live and direct.
That's it right there, man. Here we are, right there, man.
Guest in studio.
Got a guest in studio. There he is right there. Wasai. He's back. He's back
Live
real soon.
Yes,
Wave to the crowd. You are streaming out right now, man.
Times Square.
Sitting in Times Square.
Times Square. Yes, sir.
We're gonna do a Wasi in a minute, man. Soup, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Hit that poem, man.
Greetings. Rastafari lives. The greatest secret in life is that reality is nothing more than illusion. The physical world does not exist outside of our own belief system and the filter of our own mind. We are, in fact, subparticles of Jah, experiencing creation itself. But as subparticles of Jah, we also have swayed over these creations. Everything you experience in life, every event, occurrence, object, and person, is nothing more than a figment of your own thoughts, beliefs, and words. The problem is, most of us are still asleep. The problem is, most of us are still asleep. When you understand this, your entire world shifts, and you come to realize the true meaning of life is thus like a lucid dream. We have total control.
Control, man. This is the It's Your Perspective Show. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yes, I.
Yeah, man. We're gonna give a quick shout out to what's his name? He was here last night. I'm sorry, I draw a blank there.
Arthur Joseph.
Arthur Joseph, yes, senior. He was here.
Candidate.
Yeah, man, he was here. So that actually turned out to be about 2 hours and 37 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you for that, man.
Yes, I.
It's on Facebook, YouTube, the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
But moving on here real quick, we do have a guest tonight in studio. Wasai is here. There he is, sitting there in what we call the hot seat.
Yes, I.
But we're gonna run through a few things here real quick, man. Arthur Joseph was here last night. We are the guest tonight. So is Wasai. There he is right there. Let me switch back here. There we go. We had Mona Barnes here. We got to give a shout out to Julie and Vanessa.
Yes, sir.
I actually spoke to both of them today.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Big up, big up.
Yes, for sure, man. Sharice King as well. But moving on here, Shalima Edwards, Miguel Quinones, Diasi Kofelt, and the Canongate team, they were here as well. Nami Joseph, Alexis George. List goes on and on. Arthur Gary James, many.
Right.
Many. Dr. Ann Treasure.
Big up Sky Juice, man.
Sky
Big
Juice.
Sky Juice.
Yeah. Bulin from Tampa was on. Sharice King was on. Tippy from iGrade. And the list goes on and on, man. Just moving on here. Big ups to the class of 1982.
All the time.
I'm actually wearing my
80s.
class of the 80s shirt.
Okay.
I've worn it about 300 times since I got it on the show.
It's yours.
Big ups to Vanessa is 2002, Julie is 2008.
Yes, sir.
All other high schools, public and private. Who else we had at Quiet Storm? Anthony Disco Clark, St. Joseph class of 82. Senators that we interviewed.
Big up to Vivian too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess she's his assistant. I
Yeah.
guess. I spoke to her today too, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, man, straight. Senators that made it: Diane Capehart, Positive Nelson, Sanez, Neville James, Malcolm McGregor, Donna Christensen, Otley, Robert Moorhead. I think that's it. Okay. Those are the ones that we interviewed, and we interviewed more, but those are the ones that made it to the second round. That day is coming soon. What else we got, man? Weekend on Tuesdays we do the weekend, the VI weekend news and review. Super. I guess we're gonna do that tonight, real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless you want to do your segment.
No, we do the news tonight.
Okay, we deal with the news. Okay. But what we're talking about is Soup has his own segment every Thursday at 9 p.m. Christianity, Ethiopia, and Rastafari. Always good stuff. The last time he did his show, that's on YouTube as well. Whole thing was probably a little more than an hour. Technology, we cannot live without it. That's my segment. Windows or Mac, what is better?
And the world is waiting still.
The world is waiting for my segment to start, right? It's gonna be starting. I want to have a big bang when it starts. You know, I'm working on it, man. All the shows that we've done to date are on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com and click on watch. Click on It's Your Perspective Talk Show, and you'll see all of them there. I think it's like about 60 now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to continue on with the public service announcements, but we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Yeah, man, we back. Soup, man.
Yes, sir. It's a Perspective Talk Show.
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, man.
340-201-9005. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Only
PM until.
Special requests. We do take special requests, I must say. We had one special request so far.
Yeah.
Shirley. Opened up the studio for her on Saturday, man. She came in here, man. We had a good time.
So everything safe? Everything cool? Yes, sir.
Say that again, man. Say that again.
Say everything safe. Give thanks for life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had to give you a little bit of volume there. But there he is. He's the guest tonight. Wasai.
Yes.
You know, that's how that goes, man. Soup, man, you want to do public service announcements?
Yeah, man. It's hurricane season is here. It's from June 1st to November 30th. So, you know, you have to be very vigilant. Stock up on your batteries, your flashlight, medicine for the young and for the old. You know, always keep your documents in a safe, secure place that you don't lose them. We had a little Sahara dust pass through here the other day again. That's what it said, but I don't know. It looked like something else. So, but it ain't too hot. It's been raining off and on now, so
today was a little cooler.
Yeah, so we really had them hot, humid days, you know. But just give thanks always for the rain. Always a blessing, you know.
Yeah.
And the place is green and nice too. So
yeah, you can see
keep
that.
down those fires, those bush fires, those wildfires. I was flame up all over. Earthquakes trigger tsunamis. Earthquake will happen at any given time. There's no once you hear the tsunami warning goes off, you go to the north, you go to the highest point of the island, and just run to the hills, you know.
Yep.
WAPA, energy conservation. Try and get your appliances that are energy conservation. Your dishwashers, your refrigerators, your stove, whatever appliances that you're using inside your house, make sure they are energy efficient. Save you money on your light bill. Also use energy efficient light bulbs also. Also, if your appliance is off, and it still have a light on it, it's still drawing current. So if it's not in use, plug it out. As I always say, and plus your heater. If that heater is not, if you're not home in that day and you don't need a heater, use it in the morning and at night. Or pour a timer on it. That will save you tremendous. That will save you a tremendous money on your
water bill.
On your water bill.
Yeah, you can't leave it plugged in all the time.
No.
You turn it on, let it heat up the water, take a shower, and you unplug it from the wall.
Yeah.
Hopefully your heater will heat up in about 10, 15, 20 minutes. Just plan accordingly. Yeah. But that would definitely save. You don't want that thing turning on in the middle of the day.
And nobody home using the water.
Yeah.
You check. So.
Yeah, because it has a thermostat, and when
the water drops.
Yeah, when I guess the temperature of the water drops, it kicks on to heat it up.
Yes.
And if no one can ready to take a shower, you're just burning BTUs or whatever that shit is called. Boss, what you saying? Everything good? Okay, man. Wasai is our guest tonight, man. Thanks you for coming into the studio, man. Blessing us here.
Always a pleasure.
We'll make room, make time for Wasai. Thank you, man. So what's been going on, man? Mad place we living in right now. Ebola, the chicken disease, and corruption in the government, man. It's just sad. You got any good news, man? Let me ask you that first. Actually, before you answer that question, Wasi, let me just say one thing real quick. I need to do a public service announcement. This week, not this weekend, Sunday, October 19th.
Yes,
not this Sunday, but the following Sunday at 5 p.m. at the Deutsch Theater, which is next to the Frederiksted Library. In West Town. They're having a Rhythm Kings. A post from their side says, "No sitter needed. This is a family cultural affair. Come out and stand firm and escape to the St. Croix premiere screening October 19th." I do believe that's the day that Pressure's going to drop that new video. Just going down there. If you're into that kind of thing, just go and check it out. Okay. And I think it's $10. Don't quote me on that. I think it is 10. It's not free, but I think it's 10. But check it out. Not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, October 19th, at the Deutsch Theater.
Okay.
Next to the Frederiksted Library. Big up to Pressure, R-Grade Records.
Yes,
all the whole 9 crew, the whole 9 yards of crew that was out there, man. Everybody, the actors and everybody that helped out in that. We had a little part 2.
Yeah.
That will be coming out real soon. But anyway, big ups to the entire crew. Wasi, we back to you, man. There we go, man.
Yeah, man, St. Croix is on fire right now, but it's a nice place to be. I love it.
Yeah,
there won't be no place else on earth but right here, right now. So.
Hey, man, there's some truth, man, to this saying, and I'm gonna take this, but Wasi's gonna know what I'm saying, man. I'm gonna say it. That some people believe that VI nice, the islands, the scenery, and the view is nice, but the people aren't. I say that because there's a lot of funny stuff going on here, man. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
I just hope we don't get caught up anymore, because we did get caught up with the hospital. The hospital has got an extension. Luckily, as this author Joseph said last night, that could have been a total catastrophe for us here.
Right.
But there's Ebola. Ebola is all over the place, man. Just people are dying, starting to die. This guy in wherever he was died.
Duncan first.
You see that? You hear that? You see that? You read that anywhere, Wasi? And he was in Texas somewhere, I guess.
Yeah. He
died.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Died.
So I guess those citizens are running scared over there now too, or what?
I would think so, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so, man. That's got to be scary.
Well, mass hysteria.
Yeah, man. We hope that we're prepared here. I don't know what the plan is.
Do they have a plan?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I know what my plan is to stay right here in the studio, man. The safest place. I don't know what else I would do.
But you know, human beings are social, so we can't isolate the kids.
Oh man,
you know,
I'm
we are social beings.
You think
so
I'm a hermit now? Wait till I don't go nowhere now. Wait till I get a little closer here. You know, I'll be in the house, man, minding my business, man.
we human beings are social creatures, so you know we like to mingle. We like to always be in contact with other people.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
that's how the Creator made us. You know, so.
Well, according to Greek mythology, to the bottom of Pandora's box was hope. So, you know, with all the stuff that's going on right now, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
This is a good reason for hope. You know what I mean? A hope for the best. Do better. We definitely need to do better. You know.
Yeah, man.
I guess it will bring out the best in all of us, in the whole of mankind, from east to west, north to south, because it has no barrier, it has no boundaries. You know, it sees you and it just takes you. So, rich or poor, you know.
Well, now is definitely the time, you know what I mean, for man to show, you know, what makes him, you know, man. You know,
Yes.
God's creatures, you know what I mean, and that's, you know, intellectuality and creativity. You know what I mean, and no matter how, you know, the world, you know, we got accustomed to this industrial way of life, creativity, you know, always is going to be man's, you know, salvation from whatever situation we find ourselves in.
Right.
You know, because civilization rise, civilizations fall. You know, this Carthage civilization, they rose, you know, they fell. You had the Greek civilization, they rose, they fell, but you still have Greeks to this day. You know what I mean? You can still visit Greece.
Right.
The Roman civilization rose and fell. You can still visit Rome to this day.
Right.
There's living people there. You know, it's not a ruin.
Yes.
You know, and you know, I think civilizations rising and falling is just, you know what I mean, it's just civilizations finally reaching the point where they cannot suffice man's need to rise and to progress. You know, and so, you know, if a civilization can provide that ability for humanity to express itself creatively, especially in the dire need that we're in, then that civilization have to fall to make way for a new one. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily by some terroristic act or, you know, some doomsday kind of scenario. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, the need for humanity to express itself, to survive, you know, whatever circumstances we're facing, you know. So, and there's always intellectual creativity, and you know, they say necessity is the mother of invention.
Right.
Well, creativity is the father.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We always hear about the mother, you know what I'm saying? But there's no invention. The father is creativity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and we like to paint this doomsday picture, you know, the end of the world, you know what I'm saying? Well, man didn't make it, so, you know, no matter all the means he think he may have, you know, there's still someone else in control, the creator.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And no matter how dire it might still seem or may look, it's still, as you said, there's still hope at the end of that box.
Always.
You know what I mean?
Creativity always provide hope. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And the means to express that hope.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We like I said, we got accustomed to this, you know, lunchbox life. You know what I mean? Everything packaged for you, so you never really had to do much think, you know, anything. The schools don't provide, you know, arena for you to think, you know, you know what I mean? The educational system, you know what I'm saying, is more or less already put there for you, and a youth, you know what I mean? You have to engage a youth, you got to engage him creatively.
Yes.
You know, you got to engage his creativity.
And allow his creativity to
You know what I mean? To
expand.
express, exactly.
Yes, yes.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, if we...
Plus,
yeah,
let me ask you something, man. What have you been hearing about Ebola, man? Specifically Ebola. I mean, through your travels and what's going on here. U.S. Ebola patient dies, airport screening expanded. That's right out of the Avis, man. I mean, we were talking about that, but I didn't quite understand when they say airport screening. So all the airports now are screening for that? I mean, what's
I guess the passengers coming from West Africa, from those three
what's the
nations.
methods of screening? You know what I'm saying?
Liberia,
And, you know,
Sierra Leone.
okay, because the guy that died, he came from.
But they're saying he falsified his documents.
Oh.
Whatever information he put on that, it wasn't.
so we're gonna start now. Biological and genetic screening. That's what we're reaching to now. You know what I mean? So we're screening certain, you know, you know, biological and genetic agents, you know what I mean? So whatever, so, you know, like I said, you know, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not going to try to downplay Ebola, you know, all I know is there's so many different things going on. Everything is Ebola, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, is always in a sense of hysteria, you know, and, you know, I don't really know, so I wouldn't even, you know, try to act like, you know, I could say, you know, it's something to be scared of, something not to be scared of, but I know what, fear ain't gonna solve it, no matter how, you know what I mean? So what we need is the scientific community, the doctors, whoever's supposed to be working on a vaccine for this thing at this moment, you know what I mean? And, you know, so...
Yeah, I think they ran out. They had a few...
And it was experimental, you know what I'm saying? It was experimental, it's not even approved yet, but because of the circumstances it was in, so they allowed it to be used at first time on human trials. You know, from what I've understand so far from, you know, what they're putting out there.
Yeah. And I think one of the things what they were saying too, that the blood from the individuals that got cured could have been used to work to help cure any other infected person. Because once they get cured, now they cannot get infected again. That's what they were saying.
So they could provide immunity.
Immunity,
yeah.
Right. So it wasn't used for that individual in Texas. I don't know whatever reason or explanation they're going to use. Maybe the blood wasn't compatible, I don't know. But that was one of the things that they said too that could have helped cure this disease. And it was not used. So that was one of the questions too that the public is asking too. How come that was not one of the roads they went to saving? But, you know?
Yeah,
so
a lot of unanswered questions, man. Street lights, man. St. Croix residents protest WAPA street light surcharge. Just another thing, man, I think is going on here that's just makes no sense, being bamboozled. They're basically
for all this big whopper production that's taking place, again another burden on the people in back.
Yeah.
But we could choose not to pay to pay. You understand? We could make that decision as a people.
Well,
you know.
The world, you know. We make up laws and we make up rules and we're living by them, you know. The world is, you know, they say the world is round, you know what I mean, and everything is a revolution. So we're coming right back around to how this whole country started. It seemed like, you know, because this whole country, there was a protest against England, you know what I mean,
right.
Taxation without representation.
Yes.
And it seemed like right now, the only means that it seemed that they could come up to regenerate revenue is always taxation and passing it on to the consumer. When the consumer is already in his taxes, all these things supposed to already be taken care of.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's not really, you know, lack of money, you know what I mean, is the...
It says here, this young lady and 19 others attended this thing. 20 people. And then they had a big $2,000-3,000 jam over the weekend, boy. I'll tell you.
Well,
you see where the priority lies, Kimber.
Man.
You know, it's like giving all. And it was so funny too that individual too was claiming that they were going to lower the LEAC. Is the LEAC lowered?
Not yet.
Okay, so
not yet. I'm waiting for it. They say first quarter now, so
it keep getting pushed back.
Yeah. I think it was the fourth quarter of this year. Now it's the first quarter of next year.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, the people that continue to suffer, continue to bear that burden.
But then this whole thing about LEAC, you know what I mean? I was thinking about it. I don't know, somebody can probably tell me if I'm wrong. No, if the LEAC is you paying for the fuel. Right? The fuel, the LEAC is money you paying to pay for the fuel. If I'm paying for the fuel, how could you turn around and charge me for generation of the fuel, of the current, when I'm already paying for the fuel that I'm responsible for the generation of electricity? You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? You're paying, you know, and again, like I say, it's gone back to, you know, how this country was formed, you know what I mean? It's taxation will represent. So, you know, it was a protest against, you know, England. So it's, you know, like I said, you know, we're watching the fall of a civilization. We're watching, you know, nations, you know, trying to scramble to see who's gonna be the next civilization. You know what I mean? Who's gonna be the next, you know, the next great country.
Right.
You know, it's interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
you look at the front page of Daily News, got the picture of this young lady here, man. You got to say, whoa. This young lady was caught up somehow in the hospital here. And just caused a bunch of ruckus. 85 an hour. That's like 3-4 salaries of employees.
And Kimber, right?
You know, this is just like a slap in the face.
But then, you know, this ain't the first time. You know, when we hired Nelson, what's the one? What was the guy? What was his name? The head of the hospital who before Kendall Griffin. What was his name? Jeff Nelson.
Jeff Nelson. Yeah.
Jeff Nelson. No, what was his credentials for being the head of our hospital? When he left here, he went to it to be. You know, he was the head of a naturopathic college. You know, I mean, some kind of like you know, I mean, like a health food kind of, you know.
A health food college.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So his credentials from, you know, who hired him, you know.
Yeah.
And so now, you know, I mean, these are the kind of things, like I said, you know, this is we could look at it from a pessimistic point of view. You know, it could be optimistic. You know, is we're seeing people in positions that I guess they feel like they don't really owe no service to the people who they're there to serve. You know what I mean? By the exorbitant salary, somehow we make them superstars. So, you know, there's no accountability for the decisions they make. That, you know, and so, you know, there's
something went wrong here, man.
Gonna leave the scene and leave room for people who, because there's only so much, you know, we could take. You know, and somebody gonna say you ain't enough. You know what I mean? That's the reasons why we have this advancement in technology. Was people who just, you know, got tired of the dark, and then so we had light. You know, got people who tired, you know, I mean, of wagons, and now we have cars. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes,
you know, it's advancement. It's right now, you know, they presented this doomsday mentality because, you know, this is theirs. This is the last they have to hold on to. You know what I mean? When this is done, they ain't got none of the next. They're not gonna be able to hold on to the next,
right?
You know, civilization to rise, and the next, you know.
Yeah, man. Health experts say the chikungunya cases are falling off. May have peaked in the.
How can you make such a decision? You know what I mean? You know, until you don't have zero, you know what I mean? You can know if you're falling off. You know what I mean? How you guess that by, you know, the amount of people who coming into the hospital and not coming into the hospital. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Man.
And then the next thing what we're noticing too, a lot of people starting to resign out of the administration.
Yeah, there've been two.
Everybody jumping ship. That's what's going on. I don't know. It's just
the guy that runs personal department, he resigns. I'm out of here. I'm tired of this madness. I'm gone.
So,
got a job somewhere in Atlanta there, I guess.
You know, so
and there's other guy leaving too. I don't know if this is like writing on the
wall. Everybody needs to take accountability of whatever position or title they're supposed to be holding. They need to take accountability of the job.
Well, if you listen to a lot of the people who, you know, who campaigning is to give the IG office more, you know what I mean, authority to arrest, you know what I mean, for corruption and stuff. So there's a demand, people are demanding, you know, some kind, you know what I mean, hey, you know, we need some kind of, you know, we need to see some kind of justice, you know what I mean, for us, for all the corruption going on, and eventually, you know, they're going to have to give an answer. So, you know, of course.
Okay. You think that position should be an elected position, Wasai, or selected like the AG, the Attorney Generals? Like how they have it now. Right now, the governor comes in, every administration elects the Attorney General.
Well, he doesn't. He picks the person.
He picks the person. Up in the States, only the presidents select his Attorney General. Every state, you have to go through the campaigning just like how everybody else campaign for a position. But it comes straight off the back, and like it's like business as usual, you know.
How about if you get a job, you just do your job. No matter how you got the job, you do your job. You know what I mean? That's about it. You know what I mean? If you got your job by appointment, do your job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. And that's the cry we have here. People not doing their job. You know what I mean? I don't mind, you know, you get a job or you get your job. Just do your job. You know, if you have pride, you know, if you have pride in whatever you do, if you're the AG or whatever, you're gonna try your best to do your job. And nowadays you have an excuse because you can go on the internet, you know what I mean, Google, you know, whatever, you know what I mean, and you know, you have your staff around you who could do your research and everything. So there's really no excuse for not doing your job.
Exactly.
You know. I need a job. Atlantic hurricane season among weakest in decades,
But
man.
don't sleep. Again, don't sleep. You know what a hurricane is. It could happen at any given time.
Any given time, man.
Okay, so don't sleep how wicked they might think it is. You know, it's always there. The last day.
It could just pop up.
You understand me? So
just pop
don't never sleep on no hurricane.
And we got one cruise ship here, man, on Sunday, October 12th. Jewel of the Seas. 2,500 people that are supposed to
down
be
in the west.
Down in west.
Okay. Fire with it.
Yeah. We need like 3 or 4 of those a week, man. What else is going on, man? It's Fire Safety Month. Fire Prevention Month. I think it's one or the other, something like that. It's also Hispanic Heritage Month. And they got a big old write-up in the Avis here. I'm not even going to try and go through all this. But I think that there's a parade, I think, on Sunday.
It's Sunday?
I believe so. I didn't get a close look at it here. But this is the Hispanic Heritage Month supplement that was in the today's Avis. I guess you got to run to the gas station now and get it. I'm not going to mess with that too much. So, Watts, man, what's going on with you, man? Everything blessed?
Giving thanks for life.
Yeah, man. I think we're going to do a short night tonight. Unless you know. Raise your hands if you want to do it until 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's
let me get.
What's you wanted to touch on agriculture? That we
let's touch on agriculture. That's a serious topic, man. What we need to grow, man. What we need to grow here to get agriculture lifted, man.
I think what we need to go is stop putting to use what we're already growing. You know, I think that's the main issue right here. You know, we make it seem like, you know, agriculture is nobody in planting food. People planting food, but then, you know, where's the outlet? Where's the market for this food? You have, you know, when you're driving around, you know, I would put it on a dollar for dollar, you know what I mean? Every island, you know what I mean, down, you know, everybody talk about whether it be Dominica, Trini, St. Lucia, Grenada, whatever. I would say we have as much avocado trees, pear trees, breadfruit, you know, mango, you know, whatever, but a lot of bananas especially, but a lot of these things growing in people's yard. You know what I mean? You need, you know, people just need an outlet. You know what I'm saying? You need to start marketing, you know, providing a market for the co-op foods. Yeah, getting these foods out to the public. It's not a matter of not having food. You don't have an outlet for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, to make it seem like, you know, people here, you know what I mean, are not agriculturally inclined. That's what the last time I was here, you know what I mean, I had to laugh. I was like, you know, well, since when that become a problem in the Caribbean? That's how most of us, you know what I mean, fed ourselves, you know. Back in the day, sweet potato, and every sweet potato I ate, my grandmother grew it.
Yes.
We always ate sweet potato, so.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't have something like that already here. I mean, that just seems like a thing that should have been already in place, but, you know.
Why? Hey. Because we all sit down and wait for somebody to do it, you know what I'm saying, and, you know.
I mean, the concept, I think early on, Soupy, when we first came back, he was talking about, like, doing a co-op. You know, if you were to do a business, had some dough, you would sort of try to figure out how to do a co-op. And that's what we need here. A place like when someone grows, you know, 10, 12, 15 banana trees in their yard, they need a place to take that every Saturday morning and get it weighed and get some money for it.
Co-op is just a seed. You know what I mean? You know, it's just 1, 2 people start, 3 people, 4 people. You know what I mean? About, you know, people need to see consistency. You know what I mean? You know, we've become so accustomed to the political mediocrity, you know, that the political system provide that, you know, we don't see it between ourselves that we could provide that service, you know what I mean, on a higher level, you know what I mean, on a more serviceable, you know what I mean, on a more accountable, you know what I mean, a more responsible level, because we always, you know, sit down, you know what I mean, and think, well, you know what I mean, there's certain people supposed to provide certain things. Yeah, the government's supposed to provide certain services. The Department of Agriculture is supposed to provide the market and the marketing mechanism, so these products that, you know, that's in people's yard going to waste, you know, going to friends, to hit the market where everybody know in your yard you could have some kind of little sustenance coming in.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, from the fruit trees that you have in your yard, that's the first reason you plant them.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, you know, it's getting, you know, everybody talking about exporting, but you have to first be able to provide and for the local market, for local consumption. And when you can provide for local consumption, now the excess, you know what I mean, can start now talking about export. But, you know, there's a process, you know, I mean, you first have to be able to provide for your own,
Right.
you know, first. Then you can start talking about export, you know what I'm saying? Because it's, you know, it's creating a circulation, an economic circulation within our own community. That's what we need. You know, a lot of money is, you know, leaving, you know, going, but we're not circulating it, you know.
Right. I notice in here too is that we don't import a lot of things from all over the other islands them, and we don't hardly export. I don't have no what we export.
I don't think we do any of that.
You understand me? Yeah, I go in those shops we see from Trinidad, from Jamaica, from Brazil, from all over.
Yeah. Puerto Rico.
Yeah, we never. I don't
Why?
see not.
Because these people have excess. You know what I mean? These people is places that you know what I mean, they never had another country to come in and subsidize them. VI had America to come in and subsidize,
Yes.
and you know, I'm not, you know, I don't think we should feel ashamed that, you know, America. I think it should, you know, of course, I think it was the best thing that could happen for the Virgin Islands, you know what I mean, that they could have leave a Danish flag and, you know what I mean, under American, you know what I mean, because it provided certain opportunities, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, of course, if any other island, if America was supposed to be owned them, you know what I mean, the flavor would change too. You know what I mean? It's just the nature of the beast. But then you have certain opportunities that you could take advantage of. That you know what I mean? I think, man, being on an island with American money, that's paradise.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Until the euro take over and all the other islands, you know what I mean, and euro and you know, then, but for right now, we need to take advantage of the opportunity. And like I said, these other places, they are agricultural. You know, they never had no idea, so they had to provide their own food. And because you have such a great population, and you know what I mean, suppose they're gonna have excess, so they have to provide markets for this excess. But again, like I said, if you're not providing for your own market for yourself, then somebody gonna have to do it for you. You know what I mean? Because people gonna have to, you know, they need food.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to get your food from somewhere.
Yeah. I just want to say that the parade is on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Basin Triangle to Vegetable Market in Christian Town.
So get yourself some steps together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so if you're going to that, go into that. Races, and then they have Sunset Jazz on Friday, October 17th, Frederickstead from 6 to 9.
I think you should support it, you know what I mean? You know, Hispanic culture,
Yes,
you know, a
of
part
course.
of the culture, the VI
Yes.
culture for forever, you know what I'm saying?
Yep,
you know?
definitely.
I don't really see a difference, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, who don't like a little salsa, you know what I'm saying?
I know,
You what
man.
I mean?
Different flavor.
You know what I
Different flavor, yep.
mean? Some bachata, whatever, you know what I mean? It's, all come from, you know, same culture.
Same culture.
Same
That's
culture,
right.
yeah,
culture,
man.
you know?
Soup, man. I think you said 9 o'clock, right?
We could go over. Was he finished? No, was he didn't finish?
You
it?
finished or you?
It's, you know what I mean?
It's
Hey,
on you, man. It's on the
Yeah.
guest. It's on the
No,
guest.
no, it's-
It's on the guest.
you know,
So
it's on the host.
you know. It's,
It's on the host.
all right, well, it's just like 8:59. We can go maybe another couple of minutes,
Yeah.
man. You know, just
9 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
yeah, 9 o'clock is 9 o'clock. You know, 9:01 ain't gonna kill us.
Ain't gonna kill us.
But we'll be back for sure next week, Tuesday. We do have guests. I can say, I better stop saying that. But we do have guests on our schedule.
You know, one of the things that Marcus Garvey started his own publication for, I could understand why no, because I could imagine in 1918, the 1900, early 1900s, you couldn't hear nothing positive about black people. And it seemed like again, you know, it's like history, you know what I mean, turning in faster cycles now, you know what I
Quick.
mean? Because right now in 2014, it's like you can't hear nothing good about black folks, you know what I mean, what we're doing, you know what I mean, everything will this white black people, this white black people, that. And we don't realize that the very essence that everybody is enjoying is our four parents' contribution, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
You know, we did the greatest act in, you know, in the world. I mean, you don't have to read the Bible. I mean, okay, let me rephrase that, you know what I'm saying? When you want to see the Bible actualize, you know what I mean, the life of Christ actualize, you know, look at our four parents' contribution here in building this country. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to see that, you know, the life of Christ in, you know, in a historical aspect, you know what I mean, something that actually, you know, is, you know, religion, you know, you can argue religion, you know what I'm saying? You can argue if this happened or that happened in religion, but when you look at the life of Christ and look at the life of what our foreparents did in the West, you know what I'm saying? You can actually see, you know, the actuality of our contribution. You know what I mean? So realizing and putting in the right perspective of our foreparents' contribution is not in, you know what I mean, is not for our foreparents' benefit. What they already done is already gone down in history. It's for the youth now, you know what I mean,
Right.
where, you know what I mean, you know, your life gonna be more, because back in the day, you know, you would, you know, the Black Panthers, you know, youths were dying for something
Yes.
other than, you know what I mean, a horse, you know what I mean, for to make a name, you know what I mean, and all that
Yes.
kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying. So,
Sir.
you know, the youths right now don't have no purpose because we didn't present a purpose, and we're not living for a purpose, you know, for them, you know what I mean, is, you know, get a good education, to get a good job, to make good money, you know what I mean, is, you know, we forget that, you know, service, you know what I mean, and it's something that was our greatest contribution, you know.
Yeah.
We not
Yeah.
only built it, you know, we provided the character that defined it, civilization.
Listen,
If you're in school, stay in school, man. That's all I'm gonna say about that whole thing there, man.
And, you know, education is, you know, also in school, supplementary education. Read on your free time, you know what I'm saying? Read, you know what I mean? Read something that you're interested in, you know what I'm saying? If you're into horses, read about horses, you know what I mean? A lot of information come, you know, through different sources, you know what I mean? You really just reading about horses, you can learn so many other different things that could segue into so many other different, you know what I mean, interests and stuff, you know what I mean? Just read, you know what I mean, and find knowledgeable sources, you know what I mean, that, you know what I mean, that, you know, you could aspire to, you know.
don't everybody don't want to be a movie star or a rap star, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, those things are good for your own aspect, but at the same token, education, you know? Education.
Education rules, man.
Yeah, once you get it in your head, once you have it in your brain, it will never go away. You know what I'm saying? So,
You know, we just need to keep control of our contributions, you know what I mean, and stop having them being robbed from us, you know what I
Yes.
mean? We just get so accustomed to it that, you know, a lot of the
normal.
engineering and scientific breakthroughs in America back in the day, we're so accustomed to hearing that as white folks that we don't even know what we contributed, you know what I mean?
Right.
And, you know, sometimes, you know, when you're on your iPhone playing a game, you know what I mean, Google black, you know what I mean, scientists, you know what I mean, you know, black engineers and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So right now we don't have, you know,
the pride
have
is
no
not
excuse.
there. The pride is not there. You don't take
and
that pride no more.
pride,
They don't take up. They don't want to continue what they know from the
we didn't set no
foreparents.
example for them, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So-
Because when you listen to a lot of, you know, the older generation, you know what I mean, you hear where their mind is at and hear how they, you know, present their ideas. You know, you
Right.
can see education wasn't really, you know, I listen to a lot of people who are in positions of power, you know, what do you call them, commissioners and assistant commissioners, and people who are supposed to be educationally adept. And when you hear them, you know what I mean, speak, you know what I mean, and express themselves, you know what I mean, is embarrassing. You know what I mean, really. You know what I mean, a lot of us think, you know, dialect, you know, equate dialect with intellect. So when we think the more American we sound, you know what I mean, the more intellectual we sound, you know what I mean, and sometimes I'm like, man, somebody need to tell you, you know what I mean, you sound like an idiot, you know what I mean, yeah. You know what I mean?
There's idiots everywhere.
And some of them reading, you know what I mean, and it's like, you know what I mean, it's reading that, you know, at a level that. So where's the push towards thinking, well, education could take you somewhere, you know what I mean? When there's a lot of people in positions where you can see education ain't well got them there.
No.
You know what I mean? So,
No.
you know what I mean, we can't really blame the youth, you know what I mean? So we need to start setting examples, and then, you know, I guess, you know, to go back to religion, there's only God to save this, because then how could the generation, you know what I mean, how could you who caused the problem know, you know what I mean, fix the problem, you know what I mean? So I
Yes.
guess, you know what I mean, it's just, you know, the spirit of God, you know what I mean, to come and set all this right,
Yes.
you know.
All right, Was.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a quick question, man. So when you coming back again, man?
When I'm invited.
When you're
I was
invited?
always told, you know what I mean, you know,
You're invited.
yeah.
So,
Whenever I'm invited and, you know what I mean, I'm relevant. I just don't want to be here to just waste time to talk, you know what I mean, or something. You know, I like to be able to say something that, you know, that I think would be relevant, and something that, you know, I could help inspire someone, you know, it's like someone help inspire me, because, you know, ideas, movements, everything is nothing individual, you know what I mean? The idea you got was a seed from somebody else's
Yes,
mind,
right.
until we realize, you know what I mean, the greatness of the spirit, you know what I mean, and the importance of the spirit, and, you know, the aspect, how much the part it plays in our life, we're going to realize that there's really no such thing as individuality, you know what I mean, in it all, you know what I'm saying? It's just a name and, you know, the part you carved out for yourself, but,
Heartbeat.
you know, so.
All right, man. So he'll be here on Tuesday. Anyway, man.
I'm the filling, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get adept at, you know, different subjects, you know, so when somebody for help don't care, you know, don't show up, I should be able to fill in, you know what I mean? Like,
Of course,
health
man.
advisor, you know what I'm saying?
Man. Yeah.
Chikungunya is a fake. It's all lie, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's no such thing as Ebola, you know what I mean? No, do not, that was just, you know, was just playing around. Ignore that, you know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, you know, we gotta be, like I said, you know, there's in it all is the power within you, you know, and you can't allow somebody to take away your power, you know what I mean, and what you feel, you know, what you think, you know, you to research, you know what I mean, you got to be very careful, and you know what I mean, in the corners that you're being swept into, what's the precedence that's being set, you know what I'm saying? No, you know, we're screening that, you know what I mean, for this thing at the airports and all this kind of stuff, yeah, you know what I'm saying, but then, you know, what precedents are we setting? You know what I mean? After Ebola, what next? You know what I'm saying? What we're going to be screening for? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we're starting to, like, preempt. You know, and we're using biological, you know what I mean? And you know, biology and, you know, genetics, you know what I mean? You know, where we're going.
Yes.
We really got to be, you know, stop and really think before you get all hysterical, you know what I mean? Because, you know, you too worrying about Ebola, you know what I mean? The person you're sleeping with could give you HIV. You know what I mean? AIDS, you know what I mean? You worrying about Ebola and all that kind of stuff. There's things are right now. Diabetes, you know what I mean, is running rampant. You know what I mean? Is you know, I rank diabetes with AIDS. You know what I mean? What's the difference between AIDS and diabetes? Is a wasting disease. You know what I mean? When some people, you can tell when they catch diabetes. You know, you see them one time. You know, next thing you see them, you know what I mean? The house, you know, emaciated. You know, it's a wasting disease. You know what I'm saying? You know, so. You know, there's things that you have to really, right now at your fingertips, that you have control of, that you need to take control of. And, you know, Ebola, if coming through, whoever, hey, pray.
Yes. Pray, man.
Protect yourself, wash your hands. You know what I'm saying?
And as I like to say, I'm just going to stay inside the studio.
Sanitize,
and just leave it at that.
The human is a social being. So.
You gotta, you know, we talking about Ebola, you know, first it was from monkeys, now it's from bats, now it's, you know, I mean, it's all kind of different, you know, and like I said,
make a man seem barbaric and all kind of stupidness.
Yeah, you know, we don't really, you know, so. A lot of us, we don't remember, you know, like we're thinking blacks, so we don't remember the information about Ebola until just recent, you know what I mean, and if you go back to Ebola, you know what I mean, first it was from monkeys, you know what I mean, and from eating monkey meat and all that kind of stuff. No, it's from bats, you know what I'm saying, and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean. So, you know, one of the things that was predicted in the end, prophesied for the end, you know what I mean, is, you know, increase in diseases and these kind of things, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, it's really a mind, it's really a soul awakening and a mind change. That man that's going to save man, a soul awakening, you know what I'm saying, because, you know.
Yeah. Got to wake up and live, man. I'm telling you, man. It's scary.
Exactly. Instead of sleeping and dying. You know, we're living in a nightmare because we're asleep, you know what I mean? So when we wake up, you know what I mean? Of course we're going to live.
Yeah, this to me, man, personally, with this Ebola thing coming about, man, I'm just a little nervous, man, because I think it just outbreak somewhere and people are just going to be dying, man.
You could catch a stroke. You know what I mean? Just sit worrying about Ebola, and it ain't Ebola that kill you, it's a stroke. From worrying about Ebola. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, you know.
I'm aware, man. I just know that.
You know, I'm not saying, you know what I mean, don't take information and how serious and not to take it, but, you know, in all
it's out of your control.
Yeah, you know.
So just leave it in the hands of Jah and just, you know.
You know.
Yeah.
Control the things that's around you.
Yeah.
That you have control of.
You can't control the wind, but you can control the sail. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, which way the wind gonna take you? You know, make it work for you.
Yeah.
All right, man. 9:10. That's it for us, man. We'll be back on Tuesday, next week, Tuesday. This is the It's Your Perspective Talk Show, man. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. until weekly. We're streaming live from the vi.com. That's our website. Click on there now. Watch us live, and you'll see us live. We are in the high-tech, low-tech studio, coming to you from undisclosed location in the beautiful island of St. Croix, Virgin Islands. No radio, no TV, internet only.
Oh, am I still on?
You're still live. I mean,
Yeah, but still, okay, yeah.
yeah. I mean,
So do a segment, you know. I never really checked the segment, but you know, Ethiopia and Christianity and Africa. And I think that's a very interesting, you know, what I mean, segment because, you know, we tend to think of Christianity as Christian, the word Christian and Christianity as a Western concept, and the word Christian is an Ethiopian word. I don't know if y'all know that Christian, you know, what I mean, Krestyan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's an Ethiopian word. We think of it as a Danish name, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a Europeanized form of an Ethiopian word, and Africa is the indigenous continent from where Ethiopia, from where Christianity arose from. It arose in Rome, Greece, and all these type of places. It came from the African continent.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I think it's something, you know what I mean, that, you know, we need to start thinking, taking charge of, you know, every aspect of our life, and I think that's a very interesting. How we think of them as opposing views, Christianity and Africa,
right?
You know what I mean, and Ethiopia and all that stuff, and don't realize that they are all one and the same.
Yes.
all right, man.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Give thanks.
And most importantly, our telephone number is 340-201-9005. That's how you get a hold of us. We got our new fancy phone system over there, working well. So that's it, man. We'll be back on Tuesday. Any final words, Wasi?
Buenos noches.
Soup?
Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yeah.
There's something in Spanish, you know what I mean? Come on, big up your Hispanic brothers. This is something. Adios.
Adios, amigos.
Adios, amigos. And any final words, Soup?
Adios, amigos.
Oh, that's that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Whoever you say one God in Spanish, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm going to say
Dios.
Uno Dios.
Yes.
Hey, man, that's
One
it.
love.
We'll be back
Uno
next week, Tuesday, man. We out.
Peace.
Peace.
And I moved upon the face of the darkness, and I saw that I was alone. Let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light.